Good morning, everybody. This is Johnny S with another R6 vlog. A short topic today, so we're gonna get straight into it, and we're going to talk about trail braking. Yeah, what is trail braking? Do you need to learn trail braking? How useful is it? Moto speeders. How useful is trail braking? Is it a technique that can be used on a daily basis? You know, what's the applications and so forth. So I'm going to keep the topic as short as possible, let's say. I want to try explain a little bit trail braking. I'm going to let you know what I think about it and if I do use it or not. And then we're going to talk about the applications. So, what is trail braking? It's a fancier name, or how I consider it. It's a fancier name for hard braking. I mean, that's how I see it. I'm sorry about this. There's a lot of you know, people will say you know, why you diss this or you diss that. It's not dissing, it's the truth, you know what I mean. Trail braking is it's an old technique, you know what I mean. Some techniques are new, fair enough. Some techniques are new because, you know, riders, especially when we're talking about race drivers, they evolve. Racing evolves depending on the machines and so forth, and sometimes the style of race driving also evolves as per requirements. So I will say that trail braking is nothing new. It is something that you know, it's an old thing. It's basically just braking harder, braking later, and carrying the brake throughout the turn. Other applications for this, personally, if you ask me, I will say that on the road it can be risky if you don't know how to do it properly, first of all. And I will, you know, it's something that I'm not doing in most cases. Have I used it? Yes. Give me 1 second. I will continue. And we're back. So that is literally what trail braking is. It's basically a technique where instead of braking before the turn, you carry the brakes throughout the turn, gradually releasing them. And we're mostly talking about the front brake, but the back brake also, you know what I mean. Gradually releasing them. And in order to better understand, I might put a diagram up just to better explain. So what's happening is, when you're approaching a turn, as per usual, you brake before the turn. So you see the turn, you're looking up ahead, you see how it is, and you're braking a little bit before the turn in order for you to carry the speed across. I might try to demonstrate, even though we don't have many turns in my journey to work. Yeah, this turn is bad, but anyway. So basically, I'll explain till we get to the next turn. So if you look at a diagram, let's say, there's going to be a time diagram, we'll call it. There's going to be a certain amount of period, let's say, where you're pressing the brake as you're approaching the turn, and a little bit before you take the turn, you kind of release the brakes, you position yourself, you start leaning over the bike. So there's a dead period, let's say, where no brake is applied and no gas is applied also, and then you slowly, as you see the exit, apply the gas and you go on. So if you think about a diagram wise, there's 3 sections. Now all the trail braking is doing, it's minimizing the dead section of no brakes, no gas in between. It brings the other two sections closer together. I've seen some people on the internet talk about overlapping one with the other. That's fucking stupid, you know what I mean? You're not braking and pressing accelerator at the same time, unless you're a retard. I'm sorry about it. And that's the whole point of it. Why would you want to do it if you're going really hardcore? Learn how to fucking drive. So a normal braking circumstance, we'll try to take this turn up ahead. I'll leave some room so I can accelerate better. Now you're coming up to the turn, you're looking at the turn, you're pressing the brakes, you're letting them go totally, and you get back on the gas with a steady throttle, a little bit of a gas, to keep a constant speed. That's the normal fucking turn. And you don't need to do nothing else other than that. You know what I mean? You don't need to do anything other than that. Trail braking and okay. You're not Valentino Rossi, you know what I mean? Now on the next turn I'll do it different. You don't press the brake as much. You carry the speed over into the turn. I'll start braking here, I let slowly go, and I hit the gas. You see that? That's the only fucking difference. Like, whoa, I just did trail braking. I'll do it again on the next one. I'll try to turn the camera, possibly if it's able to get my hand. So when you're trail braking, you're braking later. So instead of me braking from here, I'll keep on carrying the gas, I'll brake here, I'll gradually let go of the brake and gas. You saw that? That's a racing technique. That's a racing technique. So if you had to think, I don't know if I'm going to put some diagrams up. Lately I've been putting some diagrams. What I do here, for example, is let go of gas. Let go of the fucking gas, you know what I mean? The bike brakes. You don't need to press the fucking brakes on the turn. You know what I mean? You give some gas. You give some gas. You give some more gas. You let it go. It brakes. I'm not fucking braking. You give some more gas. You know what I mean? Here's steady gas. Steady. What are you going to do? You're going to brake here. Give more gas. Body position. Give more gas. Let the gas go. Slows down. Give some more gas. Straighten up your bike. You don't need trail braking on your everyday life. Where would you need it? On the road. If you're coming too hard on a turn. That's at least where I've used it. So it is a good technique to know, to practice a couple of times on the road. So if you do panic, you will have the tool necessary to execute it without panicking overly. There does need to be a gradual, let's say, component to it. To tell you the truth, we are all drivers that have driven around for quite some time. We are using gradual movements on our brakes and on our gas in general. So we're coming this way, let's say. Okay, let's say you brake a little bit here, and you keep a constant gas. Constant gas, give gas. Let's go the next one. I'm telling you, there's not many turns. So you brake here a little bit, okay, you let it go, you position, steady gas. Steady gas to carry you through the fucking turn, you know what I mean? Steady gas, steady gas, steady gas, open up the gas more. Add some more lean angle. Gas, gas, gas. Okay. Here you don't want any trail brake, you know what I mean? Like, you don't need it. That's what I'm trying to get to. And if I had to draw what the turn curve looks like with trail braking, it's basically making turns sharper. So here I'll just let it go. Then I give gas, you know what I mean? Like, you don't need it. So if you don't need it in this type of turns, which I'm going like quite fast, like for the love of God, where are you gonna need it? You're gonna need it when you're really pushing. You know what I mean? I'm 140, 150 now on a fucking turn, and I don't need it. Letting the gas go is enough. So if you're pushing more than that, then we're talking about you're taking it. It's like you're racing. You know what I mean? And hopefully, I hope you're on the track. If you're not on the track, God be with you. Like here, again, no braking. Where the fuck would you use trail braking? What type of turns? In the mountains, in the twisties. Again, in the mountains, in the twisties, regulate your speed beforehand. Like, look, I'm pressing the brake now. Because I see cars up ahead. Okay. Look at this fucking idiot changing lanes. I fucking hate those guys. I hate those numbnuts. So I believe that you don't need trail braking on your everyday use if you drive a little bit more cautious, let's say. It is a good thing to know how to do. Is it a super duper thing? No. Why? No. Why is it called a trail braking? Because you're trailing the brake, you're carrying the brake through the fucking turn. To me, it's nothing new. This is a technique that used to be done since fucking 300 BC. Everybody used to do this, at least on the racing scene, you know what I mean? This is how you brake hard. You carry the brakes across. You carry the brakes into the turn, gradually releasing them. And if you pay attention, the MotoGP drivers, the race drivers, and the difference between a race driver and a professional race driver when it comes to their lines, their stats and so forth, is that they have reduced time, let's say, between braking and not braking, gas and no gas. So their lines, if you had to look at them, are sharper. They're much more sharper as opposed to someone not as professional, where they're more open. And they're doing this because they're coming in hotter, they're braking later to save time, they're braking heavier, they're leaning over harder, and it makes the line more of a V shape rather than a curve, you know what I mean, a U shape. So that's what trail braking is, you know what I mean. Am I all for it? No. Do I use it? No. Have I used it? Yeah. But right after using trail brake, you know what I said to myself? God, you're a fucking idiot. You didn't know the fucking road and you were going fucking spastic. So that's the only time that I've used trail braking. I did not know the road. I thought I had it. I looked at the fucking turn. The turn closed in on me, and I did not panic and applied gradual brakes. I did not panic and applied gradual brakes and releasing, both application and releasing of the brake, because I had already tried and tested and practiced that technique. Was that good? Yes. Did you have to go out on the road and start trail braking on every turn? No. Do you want to try it and see how it works? Yeah, you can do that. Is it good to acquire different techniques and understand how your bike behaves whilst you do different things? Oh, obviously. I'm not saying don't do it, you know what I mean? It's just the application is much more for aggressive riding. And if I had to suggest something to someone, especially on the road, instead of me telling them that, yeah, go and ride and, you know, brake later, and learn your trail braking, I would say no, regulate your speed more normal so that you're not trail braking. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the matter. Like I said, it's something that to me at least is not really useful. I don't know how to do it, but the applications is only when you're going really hardcore, and especially if you know the road and you're not keen to like pushing and pushing and pushing. You pretty much know how to take it, you know what I mean? Like that road that I'm doing now on a daily basis, I know I've taken it. It's my daily routine, you know what I mean? I know where you need to stop. I know where I need to let the gas go. Unless I was like pushing it further and further and further and further to go faster and faster and faster, what the fuck is it doing, man? Fucking put a flashlight right inside your indicator, you fucking. Anyway, retards. Sorry for the swearing. Yeah, so that's what trail braking is. That's the application. That's my take on it. That's where I use it. Like I said, it's a good technique. It's a tool that you can use. The professionals do use it in order to increase their time, so it's very useful. But they're pushing the limits, you know what I mean? Unless you're really taking it and you're pushing it on a swervy, tight turns, things, it's a little bit difficult. Even for me here to show you, for example, there was no need for it. For me to show you here, I have to really go out of my way, you know what I mean? Brake later and later in order for me just to have a little bit of a point to press the brake on the fucking turn. There's no need. There's no need. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's about it for me, guys. I hope you liked the video. I know it's not you know, what to popular belief, let's say. Some of these videos that I'm doing, I have a different take on things. Indicator, shove it up your shove it up, you fucking dumb cunt. Fucking deprived. Anyway, yeah, just give a nice fucking swearing before we fucking end the video. Anyway, I'd like to thank everybody. I hope you have a nice good day. Stay safe, and I'll bid you goodbye.